final batch of Emerge Challenge semi-finals. Batch 4, Health Tech, Agrotech and Cleantech.
Hi everyone, our congratulations on making it to Emerge semifinals. In semifinals, we will have 43 startups and 4 batches. Around 10-11 startups will be in one batch and up to 7 judges also will be in one batch. The judges are experts and investors. The judges will evaluate your startup based on the next criteria: product market fit, team, traction, global growth potential, unique sales proposition, and overall presentation. We will choose top-tier startups from each batch based on the scores from judges. So 10 startups will pitch in finals of Emerge Challenge on May 14th. I wish you good luck and be the winner.
Hi everyone, and welcome to the last batch of the startup competition semifinals. I would like to welcome first our judges of today. First, Alexander Chakin, board member and chief of staff at Palte from Cyprus. We've got Ilana Haikin, a partner at Digital Horizon from the UK. Xenia Tugay, strategic innovation expert at Group Mutel from Switzerland. We've got Anastasia Pishchikova, sustainability and responsibility manager from Pernod Ricard Eastern Europe in Russia, apologize. We have Mike Pripiletsky, managing partner at Prepi LLC and digital health expert from Russia. Ksenia Sholina, who is new product development director at Ascona Life Group, also from Russia. And Konstantin Sinushin, managing partner at the Untitled Ventures from Latvia. So we have amazing 10 startups today, and we are going to begin with the first startup. 1 second. Cropfleet, agrotech startup. Please join our stage.
I want to introduce you our startup, agricultural startup Cropfleet. But first, I want to ask you, do you know what is it pesticides and how many times per year every farmer in the world must use it? And I'll tell you. 1 moment. 5 times per year, every farmer in the world must use pesticides. And you know, they use very old-fashioned tractor methods, which harms health, costs too much, and harms our nature. And we work 14 years in agriculture, and now we invented and produced complex which 4 times more efficient and twice cheaper than traditional tractor methods. Try to imagine it's a complex of flying spraying drones, and which first drone goes to the field and make precise map of the field and weeds and send this map to our complex. Then it automatically prepares remedy from water and pesticides and refuel it to the 6 drones which go to the field and precisely using this map treat the field. And then when the drone has empty tank or it has empty battery, it goes back to our complex and it automatically, again, change battery and refuel tank, and it goes back to the field and treat again. Yeah. And yeah, it's, as I said, it's 4 times more efficient and twice cheaper. It's not only the world's. We began about 1.5 years ago, and we made our first prototype. We showed to a potential client, and during those week, he bought our first complex. Yeah, and now we have pre-orders, more pre-orders. And we won agricultural startup contest in Russia, and now we have pre-orders from Russia, Ukraine, and Czech Republic. we located in Belarus, our R&D here, and but we have strong connection with China through our government, and we have direct access to fabrics, and we can develop and produce a complex there and then supply to all countries in the world. This is our main goals. You can see it here. Our business model, direct sales, and we sell farmers, but we found that contractors want franchising. They want to buy our complex to service farmers, and this is our customer. And at the same time, we have $1 tech support fee for every hectare they pay for soft and for maintaining complex. And the main thing, our team, as I said, we 14 years work with pesticides and in agriculture, and we have guys who work 20 years in robotechnics because we need all different things which moves, and we have guys who program software and hardware and can assemble it together. And I know about scaling to the world and how to make our team happy to do the big thing. Thanks to you. I hope I'm in time.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Cropfleet. Investors, when you have questions, please raise your hand. So I know Yelena. Oh, hi.
Yelena, hi.
First.
Hi, Elena.
Yes. Hello. I have 3 questions, if I may. First, tell me, please, about the competitive landscape and your competitive advantages. Number 2, tell me with regards to your cash burn. What's the cash burn now? And number 3, what are your fundraising plans?
First, competitor. Now all farmers use drones by themselves. They bought it and go to the field in their car, they refuel it, recharge it at home, and they don't have solution and don't have software for detecting. They do all by their hands. It's not enterprise solution, and even this they are using. And we made solution which they can come to the field and do their work every day, not like hobby. And about second, you asked about
cash burn.
We sold 2 complexes now. It costs now little complex by 2 drones. It costs $45,000, and now we have pre-orders for 10 more. And exactly now, at this moment, our CEO goes to Russia to show our complex to our potential customer there. Yeah, and
fundraising plans.
And fundraising plans. Now we have one investor here from Belarus, and it's angel investor. But we are going to the next our step is about $500,000 for R&D of big complex, because we have robotic system, but we need to adjust it, and we need to buy some tools from China and so on. It's not only software.
I see. Thank you. Over to you, other judges.
Alexander, I saw you also had some questions.
Yeah, I wonder why you are using some proprietary hardware, for at least for MVP. Why not to buy something like DJI MG1 or similar?
We have used 3 marks of drones like DJI, Exact, and so on. We found the best best solution from all of them, and then we order all it in China because we have connection and we assemble it here. Yeah, we use 2.5 years. We use drones. We find how it works. Take software, but now, we need to compare software from drones with software with our system which refuels and recharge. And now we use separate, as you said, software from DJI and other vendors.
But the drone itself is DJI one, right?
No. We found the best parts from different drones, and we order in producer, not on file like DJI, but we find the producers because it's 1,000 producers, and even DJI used not produce all his equipment, and he bought it. He bought it. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, we have just time for last question. Anyone? No. Well, thank you so much, Andrei, for the lovely pitch. And we are ready to move on to our next startup, Compact Estonia.
All right.
Hi, I am Egla from Compact, and we help companies act sustainably. Me and Kaisa have been active in the fields of sustainable business and environment for 8 years. During this time, we've seen that many companies have set climate neutrality as one of their top priorities, but they're lacking concrete methods and tools to achieve this goal. At the moment, they have to go through hundreds of pages of manuals or hire extra employees to deal with sustainability topics. This is highly inefficient and costly for the company. We provide an AI-based interactive toolkit for companies, helping them reach their climate neutrality goals and bring on behavioral change. Employees can collect points, compete with each other, and track their progress. They stay motivated through gamification. Our toolkit can be easily integrated to the internal communication tool that the company already uses, such as Slack or Microsoft Teams. We offer a subscription model, and it's a B2B business. We ask for our service €5 per user per month. With Compact, companies will meet their climate goals, they'll build a responsible brand, they cut down costs, and engage all employees. We have already won several startup competitions in Estonia, Finland, and the US. With €0 spent on marketing, we have been approached by 15 companies who are interested in our service. We have done 7 pilot projects and signed 8 LOIs. Many of our clients have hundreds of employees in Estonia and thousands across Europe. We will first target medium-sized English-speaking companies operating in IT, telecom, and banking sectors. Our total market size in Europe, Australia, and Canada combined is €13 billion. Today, the beta testing is done, and we are on the process of onboarding our long-term clients. We can easily scale location, content, and sector-wise. Me, Kaisa, and Maria, we have known each other for 8 years by now. Our team has a strong technical, sustainability, and business backgrounds. And in addition, we are being backed up by an IT company. This enables us to scale faster. Our advisors see high potential in our solution, and they are ready to support us. In order to scale and reach new markets, we are looking for an investment of €250,000. We are Compact. We help companies act sustainably. Thank you.
Thanks, Egle, for the presentation. Alexander, would you like to start?
Yeah, Egle, thanks very much. It's super interesting area and very, very fascinating topic for me personally. But would you explain a little bit more in detail how the product actually works? What do you suggest to employees, and like what's the flow, the user experience like?
Thank you. So the process is that the company can go to our webpage. They can, and basically on the next day, they will receive a link, and this will be integrated to the Slack or Microsoft Teams. So basically, if you have like Slack bot or another thread there or channel, so this is our channel. The employees don't have to download another app or whatsoever. So this is the process, and the tips that they receive. At the moment we are like giving environmental topics. That did you know that if you eat shrimps, that this affects mangrove forests, or about transportation and so on. And this will sparkle or boost employees, and this will make bigger changes also on a company level. They see how teams are connected. But we can also add different content there, like cybersecurity at the workplace or mental health and so on. So this, we'll see how we adjust it.
Now I'm getting lost. So the main area is sustainability, but you also will tackle some other topics.
Yeah, we'll see what, because it can be added there as well. We will definitely start from environmental topics, but this is a possibility how we can scale content-wise as well.
Do you have any comments?
I do have.
Oh, Elena.
I do have a question, a very quick one. With regards to the human force you use in providing content, how do you actually generate that? How do you make research? How do you make sure you are up to date with regards to the recent regulations and all these ESG components?
Yeah, this is very important, and I also have a master's degree in chemistry and environmental topics, and we are focusing that everything would be research backed up, and but yeah, this is also our unique selling point, that this content is all created by us. And
by how many of you actually? You cannot be everything, a founder and a fundraiser.
Yeah,
and
that's true.
CEO,
that's true.
So who is actually doing that?
I'm keeping an eye on that. It would be all as it should be. So it's 5 of us, but we also have many interns from this background.
Okay, I see. Thank you.
Michael, I saw you had some question to ask.
Yeah, that's correct. I did. My question is more in from what I understand, it's an informational platform that disseminates information through whether HR practices, but mostly based around sustainability. The question obviously is employee engagement and retention. How do you plan on working with that and making sure that employee engagement and retention is does not fall and continues to stay, to make sure your platform is effective for the company?
Yeah, we measure all of those actions that people take. We form them into teams, so they sort of compete with each other. And we also, companies so far have been willing to give little prizes for them. So as you, it's a bad comparison, but as you train your dog, that in the beginning you give them some treats, and soon it will become like a habit. So we give them a little bit small prizes.
Thank you. Thanks. On this positive note. Oh, sorry, Michael.
No, that's it. That's it.
All right. Thank you. Well, thanks, Egle. And we are ready to move on to the next startup. And I would like to welcome MedHydrogel.
So I'm Anastasia, I'm the founder and CEO of MedHydrogel. We have developed therapeutic or so-called bandage contact lenses to save vision. So we are the team of business professional, ophthalmology and IP. A number of competitions we have won. So we are solving the most popular and the most important problem in ophthalmology, that less than 5% of eye drops you use actually penetrate the eye. So 95% of produced eye drops is drug waste. For patients, it's difficult to self-administer. They simply forget to do so. There are side effects related to drugs. They're non-compliant. There are drug-drug compatibility problems. So there is a growing number of patients, there is antibiotic inefficacy, and there is eye drops inefficacy. So we have developed a new material new contact lenses that should be used by ophthalmologists on site in different oculocorneal conditions. The new material possess anti-inflammation, antioxidant properties. They modulate pH level of the eye. They have anti-infective properties and pain relief and moisturizing. So basically, we have succeeded to combine two things together: regular hydrogel material used in contact lens production and ion exchange resins you may find in your water filter at home. And voila, we have new material with super absorption properties. So we developed MVP. We applied for the PCT. Now the patent application published was in March. So we go for national protection from January, and we have passed successfully in vitro safety and efficacy test with clinical research organization ETAT in Barcelona. So our main competitive advantage is we don't use any drugs at all. This is non-pharmaceutical solution. So, and while others are inventing drug delivery, different technologies, we don't use any drugs at all. And so we bypass many problems associated with drugs. So our business strategy is B2B licensing to contact lens manufacturer who already produces therapeutic contact lenses. So the market is very big, actually. It's about 18 billion euro. And in America and USA, 12 million people per year undergo different eye surgeries, and they need post-eye surgeries treatment. So this is our plans. So patent protections, GLP compliant on test on animals, first in human trials, European Union grant for clinical trials, and product licensing at the end. So we already talked with a number of companies. They are ready to continue negotiations when we have more clinical data. And so we have been supported by EIT Health, by grant from EIT Health, and also by ETAT, Clinical Research Organization. And also yesterday we have got great news that we are enrolled into Wildcards program from EIT Health that this year devoted to ophthalmology. So we compete for $1.5 million grant for options. Thank you very much.
Thanks for your presentation, Anastasia. Time for questions. Ksenia, do you have anything to add?
Yeah, well, first of all, great pitch. The product seems really interesting. Maybe two questions. So the first question, I understand that there is no alternatives right now on the market. Is that correct?
There are many alternatives. There are eye drops that have almost 90% of this market is eye drops. It's well protected. Still, if eye drops, like it's proven that only 5% get into the eye, 95% is actually dry wasted, but still it's a big market and it's well protected by big pharmaceutical companies. But still, there are other therapeutic bandage contact lenses. They have some drugs inside. So you should use contact lenses and drugs, and then this drug penetrate the eye during some time. Or there are other lenses that need eye surgery. So here we stay in between. We don't use drugs. There are different side effects of drugs. There are drug-drug compatibility problems when you already use some drugs, if this eye drop is compatible with your drugs, and so on. And so we don't need eye surgery to be implemented.
And how would you position yourself toward daily use contact lenses, which you use only for one day, which are much softer, have much more permeability?
It's our contact lenses are pure therapeutical. They don't have any diopters. So for people who use contact lenses, our contact lenses, for example, is also quite often happens that people who use contact lenses have some inflammation, some pink eye. Yes, so they need some sort of treatment. It's also can be used by these people as a relief, as a pain relief, as this material have good absorption properties. It absorbs infections. It provides pain relief, anti-inflammation effect. So we don't compete with lenses for diopters.
And have you, last question, because Alina, I have a lot of questions. Last question from my side. Have you actually conducted any studies showing that people will be willing to buy this product, or forgive me for being direct, you don't care because you just want to license it and you know that there'll be interest from big players and you just pursue that strategy, and your idea is to potentially never bring the product to the market, which is, fine by me.
It's there are contact lenses manufacturers who already produce sort of intraocular lenses. So my strategy now is contact them as many as possible, because they are my potential customers for licensing. The market is very, consolidated. Yes, it's I'm not going to open a contact lens manufacturer and produce lenses and bring them directly to people. My idea is to reach market-ready status when you have patents, when you have market-ready product, it passed clinical trials and it has regulatory approvals, and then I license this product for production and for commercialization to contact lens manufacturer, and then they have already distribution network.
Thank you very much, Anastasia and Ksenia. We have time for the very last question, if there is any. Well, then everything is clear. Thanks so much. And we are ready to move on to our next startup, AirCare.
Nine out of 10 people are exposed to air pollution over safe limits, and over 7 million will die this year alone due to pollution exposure. I know this because this is a picture of Skopje, my home city and one of the most polluted in Europe. So why is that? Well, a lot of people are unaware about what they breathe. Our governments are unprepared to inform us about air pollution, and the data that's already out there is quite confusing. And because we believe breathing clean air is a human right, is why we created AirCare. AirCare is a mobile app that uses air pollution data and visualizes it through a very simple and intuitive interface. We look for open air quality sensors that may belong to the government, volunteers like you and me, or even satellite data, and put it all together in a very visual and simple platform that from the palm of your hand, you can know exactly what you breathe. We started this as a pet project in 2015, and throughout the years, it has grown tremendously. Last year, we were able to hit 500,000 users, and hopefully this year, we're going for the 1 big million. We looked at our competition, and we realized that both on the data sources and the community aspects is where we excel. Because this is what one of our competitors sees. Red, pollution, sure, but this is what we see. We're able to pinpoint exactly where air pollution is coming from and help both local governments and activists take action. And this brings us to our impact, because our main activity is to aggregate all of this raw pollution data and produce an accessible, simple, and visualized data output. And this has 3 outcomes. We've had government action where 10 new green policies and subsidies have been introduced, and that's members of parliament waving our screenshots in parliament here. We've risen public awareness, where over 20 protests in major cities have happened because people realized what they breathe. And we've created corporate action where 5 main polluters have either been shut down or forced to upgrade with filters. All of this in my home small country of Macedonia. And this has brought clean air. Because I can't say directly AirCare is involved in this, but throughout the years, we see a steady trend of air quality getting better, and this is the result of everyone's action. And you don't have to take my word for it. Forbes, Google, NASA, the BBC, UN, they've all been talking about AirCare. We've won over 20 national and international awards and have expanded to over 45 countries, but over 150 are facing air pollution issues as we speak. From the business perspective, we're in the B2C sector where we make around 5K a month from ads, subscriptions, and product placements. But the real gold lies into the B2B sector. Here we're developing a pollution dashboard, which will digitally transform industries using our big data, and we're already talking to interested parties. My name is Gorian. I'm the founder and CEO of AirCare. I quit my job at Booking.com in Amsterdam to move back and focus full-time on this. And together with Dragan and Elena, we make an excellent team who's worked throughout the years on these projects. So let's save the world together. We're looking for a partner with eco connections and a passion for clean air and 100K investment to expand our team with marketing and sales roles. I invite you guys to be part of the solution to pollution. Join AirCare. Thank you.
Lovely. Thank you so much, Gorian. All right, we're ready with questions. And Elena? Oh, we'll jump to you, Michael, in a second.
Just a very quick question with regards to do you know how easy it is and how fast your competitors would be, how easy it is to replicate your replication? What's the unique technological engine behind your replication?
Right. So all of these data sources that we use, they're very time consuming to implement because there's a lot of places where we've walked place to place, government to government, site to site to try and siphon this data. Our competitors use the global networks that they have available and they're easy to implement. But all of this local specific data is super hard to do because you need to go step by step. This is A, what we've done. And B, we are eco activists. We have connections to local NGOs which help us accelerate really fast throughout countries. This is how we've entered the Serbian market, for example, and we've pushed out the competitors out there. So the biggest competitor from Switzerland that had the Serbian market now holds maybe 10 to 20% of users where we've entered through our networks. So this is kind of our secret edge because we already are implemented with NGOs and are able to take over places.
Okay, thank you. Michael, over to you.
Thank you. First of all, great presentation. Love the passion. I'm really seeing an issue with trying to understand and see where the business is. Where's the monetization in all this? Like why I, as an investor, would give you any money and what my ROI would be in doing so other than a passion project of I love the environment, I care about it and all these wonderful things, which is all great and good, but where's the business? That's what I'm sort of lacking right now. Maybe that's something I didn't understand. So if you could explain that a little better, that would be great.
Of course. We have two sectors, B2C and B2B. The B2C sector, where we're currently at, we help companies serve ads through the app, which are green ads. We work with companies that make sense to have advertisements directly in the app. I don't know, air purifiers, masks in areas which are polluted. We also have subscriptions to our pro version, which gives users even better options, notifications, and so on. That's the smaller part of the business, which currently keeps us alive. The big one is in the B2B sector. What we do is, throughout the years, we've collected a lot of air quality data. We're storing this in our database, and right now it's gathering dust. We said, let's put this to use. We found clients who are very interested in using this data to A, make marketing decisions. For example, we're talking right now to Daikin, the global company for air purifiers, which are interested in using this data to know where to market their products. So we are providing them a service, a dashboard, which are very good at data visualization, to know where they can use this. Players like L'Oreal, where do they sell face cream that helps with skin problems in air polluted areas? All of these big companies are already using air pollution data from competitors. What we're doing is we're seeing what they're doing wrong and making it even better because they don't provide any sort of pollution dashboard. They provide APIs, direct access to data. But if you're a company, you have to now pay developers, you have to pay product owners to figure out what to do with this raw data, technology data. What we do is for a lower price, we give you directly access to a visualized dashboard. And then if you want to implement this within your solution, I don't know, you're an insurance company and you want to calculate premiums based on air quality, and my health premium in a polluted city like Skopje would be higher than yours maybe that is in a cleaner city, then of course you pay an extra premium on that and are able to integrate our data directly in your product. So a lot of this air quality data is being used by weather apps. Even Google and Apple are slowly putting this data directly in our weather apps. And this is where we see the potential of growing from a business perspective.
Thank you, Gordon. I'm afraid we ran out of time. Oh, a quick one, Alexander?
Yeah, Alina, sorry. It seems like I'm in the very right panel today. So
no, please go ahead. That's why we put it together like that.
Thank you. Okay, quick comment, Gordon. I just need your API because we were talking with your competitors just a few weeks ago. So answering Mike's question, so we are like ready to pay for that kind of solution because we are working on health and well-being apps and we need this data. Thank you.
Hit me up. Thank you. We're here.
All right. Thanks, guys. And we are ready to introduce our next startup, and that is Cerebra. I hope I pronounced it correctly.
Hello. Hello, my name is Dos. We are a health tech startup Cerebra with focus on stroke diagnosing. Stroke is a very tricky condition because it cannot be accurately detected during the first 6 hours using conventional methods like CT scan, computer tomography. But the patient with stroke has this exact timing to get proper treatment. Otherwise, this condition becomes irreversible. The main problem with conventional method of stroke detection lies in physiological limitation of doctors because a human eye cannot detect minor changes happening in the brain tissue during the first 6 hours. As a result, we have 40% death rate and 90% disability rates. As solution, we use deep tech, machine learning, and advanced quantitative methods to help doctors actually see early stroke signs and to conduct appropriate treatment. This is one of our first cases. A patient, when she got to hospital, she couldn't move or speak. Fortunately, doctors conduct amazing neurosurgery after Cerebra helped them to localize stroke zones. On the very next day, she could move and speak, and she even gave an interview on national television. Currently, Cerebra works at 10 stroke centers in Kazakhstan. We are adding +5 hospitals per month. In addition, we have agreements with Uzbekistan and Mongolia to conduct pilot projects there this year. And hopefully next year, we are in negotiations currently with one of the largest tech giant companies in China, Tencent AI Lab, to run a pilot project in China next year. We have a team of 14 members with necessary 3 types of expertise: medical, technical, and entrepreneurial. Market-wise, stroke diagnosing market is growing because of more aging population and more younger people affected by stroke. Globally, it is $1.3 billion market per annum and growing about 10% per annum. Locally in Kazakhstan, we target 100% of our local market by the mid of next year commercially. And globally, we firstly targeting Russian-speaking countries and then East Asian countries because we share the same kind of stroke treatment protocol, which is based on computer tomography technology. Our business model is monthly and annual subscription starting from $1,000 per month per medical institution. Competition-wise, we have 6 companies in the world working in this field, but all of these companies are based from US, UK, Western Europe, which is well-developed countries. And in these countries, stroke detection and treatment is based on MRI technology. But in our countries, in Russian-speaking countries, in East Asia, in Kazakhstan, we have stroke treatment and detection based on computer tomography. This is our flagship difference because Cerebra is the only software solution fully focused on CT interpretation. We won some awards, national, Asian. Finally, our strategic goal is to be among top 3 companies in the world in stroke diagnosing software. Thank you very much.
Thanks. Thanks very much. And question time?
Yeah.
Can I start? Can you please walk me through the financial metrics once again? What's the revenue? What's the status of your users, and what's the cash burn currently? You have 14 members, so what's the cash burn?
We have cash burn about $27,000 per month. We currently conducting our seed round about $500,000. We are placing 20% of our equity, about $2.5 million valuation. Regarding the revenue, we are deployed at 10 stroke centers, but we are deployed in beta testing mode and adding +5 hospitals per month, but in beta testing mode. But our commercialization is coming in this end of this year because stroke centers in Kazakhstan are based on government spending and government financing, and they need to plan budgets for this issue. And they already doing this, and hopefully by the end of this year, we will reach commercialization point in Kazakhstan. Next year, we are planning to commercialize in Russia, in Uzbekistan, and Mongolia.
Okay, thank you.
Ksenia.
Hello. Could you please show your registration strategy? What kind of medical registration and what kind of country you would like to get?
Yeah, regarding registration, this is actually a big issue. For example, in Kazakhstan, this registration will take us about 4 months more. We are already
Just
applying. Yeah, just 4 months. But in China, it will take us about 1.5 years. But according to our negotiations, Tencent AI Lab will handle this issue. As for Russia, we discussed with BearMed platform to them handle this issue. As for our side, we will just provide them technology and license them to conduct business there. Actually, this is our go-to-market strategy. We want big players to handle this issue for us.
Yeah, that is actually a very good decision because it's a big challenge. Yeah, and did you include the cost of this registration to your financial model?
In Kazakhstan, yes. In Kazakhstan, yes. But globally, actually, we don't know how much it costs in different countries. Yeah.
I see. Thank you.
We have time for very last quick question. Otherwise, we're done. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And the next startup on our virtual stage is Ophtas.
Hi everyone, I'm Asa from Ophtas. So I'm sorry, is it can you see this with a precision? Is it okay to you to see that, or you have this 1 second, sorry. Can we start again?
Yes.
I could, yep. Now?
Yep, go ahead, please.
Okay, so hi again, I'm Asa from Ophtas. So imagine you could spend only a few minutes and few bucks to pass a quick medical test to find out if you have any early signs of deadly diseases. And if yes, you could start immediately early treatment, which is the key for successful recovery. Wouldn't it be amazing? So that's what we do. Ophtas makes diagnosis of serious diseases affordable and accessible for everyone by automation. We use retina check diagnosis methods since it's non-invasive, fast, and informative. Retina checks give tons of information about the health state based on the condition of the blood vessels on the bottom of the eye and reveal signs of most deadly diseases as diabetes, heart disease, Alzheimer, and such diseases, eye diseases as glaucoma. We make this routine quick and cheap by combining robotic retina imaging and AI for the recognition of diseases. So Ophtas could be there for you 24/7 in any location if needed. So Ophtas consists of hardware, which is automatic fundus camera, and software, cloud-based AI with image recognition. The fundus camera, so it's easy to use Ophtas. The fundus camera makes the photos of the retina, send it to cloud-based AI to research for signs of diseases. The results made by AI are confirmed by our highly skilled ophthalmologists and then sent to the patient. Our potential target audience are insurance companies, clinics, general practitioners, including telemedicine and healthy lifespan. At the moment, we have done optical auto-positioning robots, optical equipment and camera for photography, software for images merging in one picture, and basic AI algorithms. And our potential market is, by the way, the similar startup in last month raised $80 million in US, which show us that we are definitely needed on the market. Our target market is 43 million in US in 2023. As AI partners, we have an agreement with the few biggest ophthalmological clinics in Ukraine to get the data of patients' retina. As the clients, we have pre-deals with the biggest industrial and consulting companies in Ukraine. And we are in negotiations with the Heart and Diabetes Associations in US to collaborate. In 1.5 months, we're going to finish our MVP. So we will combine all processes in one. Our business model is B to B to C. So first step is start cooperation with ophthalmological clinics with robotic fundus camera to release doctors from routine. Then cooperation with insurance companies and network of pharmaceutical network of pharmacies to create additional services for the clients. And our final goal is to have Ophtas booths for direct use by patients everywhere in shopping malls, airports, etc. We have a strong team with experts in startups, entrepreneurship, marketing, software, and medical hardware development, and highly experienced ophthalmologists. And we could save billions of lives and billions of dollars in healthcare by making such early, simple, and cheap diagnosis true. Thank you very much, and I'm ready to answer your question.
Thanks, Asya. And who would like to go first? Ksenia, yes, please.
Hello, thank you for the presentation. Asya, I have a few questions. One, the hygiene, especially now in the COVID environment, how is it cleaned if it's not in the hospital? That's my first question.
So first of all, it's free staff equipment, and it's self-hygiene. So we are planning to do the device that it will sanitize it by itself. So we won't need any staff for this.
Okay, that's interesting. That's a good idea. The second, I did not really understand, apart from Ukraine, are you considering any other markets, and what regulatory approvals do you need for that?
Yeah, can you still see my presentation? Our target market is US market, which we are targeting. And can you see my screen?
No, I don't see, but it's okay. You can just tell me.
Yeah, so we're gonna have, we will need to get some certifications as medical equipment, and our target market is definitely US, because they spend billions of dollars for healthcare, and diabetes and heart diseases is the top of the mortality rates among the diseases.
Getting the regulatory approval in US can be lengthy and expensive, but I'm sure you accounted for that. And what is your competitive advantage to that other company that raised 80 millions?
First of all, we don't know their market plans. So they are actually, first of all, it's a huge market. So we both are we're working on the future technologies. There is no such companies at the moment. So I believe we shouldn't fight for the market, because there's plenty spot for everyone at the moment. Our direct competitors are the doctors with fundus, with ophthalmological equipment. So there is no direct competition. And again, with these startups, we don't know their marketing strategy, if they gonna go to final markets and work directly with the patient.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Alex. Just a very quick one, please.
Yeah, I mean the all sorts of diagnostics through the retina is not something new, and it's been like for years, and there are much more startups in this field than the only American one you mentioned. But I mean, why none of them like really succeed, or like why none of them is widespread and became the diagnostic tool like for masses?
Oh, I'm so sorry. Could you please repeat?
Yeah, the technology, the approach, let's say that the approach is not new. Okay, and why none of the companies that tried it succeed so far?
you meant that a lot of companies tried it and they didn't succeed. We have checked that this is a huge trend in early diagnosis and to make it direct to final patients, and a lot of companies work right now. So it's in progress, but in our research, we haven't found any startups who did it already and failed. So we believe that it's tomorrow technology. So it's hotspot and everyone working on it at the moment.
Lovely. On this positive note, let's finish with your presentation. Thank you so much, Asif, for sharing insights. And we are ready to move on to our next startup, EcoBox.
Hello everyone, my name is Vladimir Satkov. I'm founder and the CEO of EcoBox. EcoBox is a technological company specialized on development and production of customized disinfection devices for people who want to reduce health risks and for companies with large number of customers and clients. The main problem that we solve is the lack of customized devices for personal and industrial use, which allow to automatically and cost-effectively sanitize and disinfect surfaces, packagings, objects, and air. We help to sanitize personal items like phones, masks, accessories, and other personal items for everyday use, and phones and belongings of healthcare workers that can phones and belongings of healthcare workers to prevent potential microbial cross-contamination between hospitals and community. We deal with sterilization of public places, for example, things that we always touch, like elevators, button on elevator, or for example, escalator handrail. Yes, our development helped to sterilize escalators in airports, underground, shopping malls, healthcare facilities, and etc. We have developed a range of devices and solutions for sterilizing of objects, rooms, surfaces, and air, so we help to solve the problem of maintaining healthcare in the workspace, maintaining customer safety, and increasing customer loyalty. One more problem that we solve is sterilization of goods, groceries, and food while it's being delivered. This device can sterilize any enclosed space like refrigerator, wardrobe for B2C, and delivery bag for B2B market. Our company is in the process of obtaining a patent for its developments in the field of industrial disinfection. The effectiveness of our use was officially confirmed by the studies carried out on the National Research Center for Epidemiology and Microbiology, named after Honorary N.F. Gamaleya. Our innovation and uniqueness is in comprehensive and customized approach to the development and construction of devices and functionality. We combine several technologies of UV, sensors, and filters. On this page, you can see our product line for B2C market on the left and for B2B market on the right, but some devices are being sold on both markets. Our solution is better in case of disinfectional speed, price, effectiveness, application area, and use cases. Russian and CIS market for devices and products for disinfection is $560 million, and global market is expected to reach $9.9 billion by year 2024. At the moment, we have sold more than 5,000 units of our devices, ran pilots with big companies, and our solution can be used in any sphere of business. We have a highly qualified and motivated team with specialists with expertise in operating business, managing sales in startups and companies, PhD in engineering science, and experts in marketing. Now we are raising second investment round to scale sales in Russia and CIS and to enter markets of Europe, Israel, India, and Asia. Thank you for your attention. We look forward to collaborate.
Thanks, Vladimir. It's time for some questions. Shall we start with Alexander? You're not on mute.
Yeah. Thanks, Vladimir, for the presentation. I wonder what's your defensibility? Where is your defensibility? Because where is your barriers to enter this market? Because next Monday Xiaomi will launch same UV lamps and that's it. So where is the secret sauce?
We are making customized devices. So our devices can be used in various spheres of business. So we make our product lines for B2C, for clients like you and me, and for B2B for businesses. And as well, we develop devices on the demand of business. So big company comes to us, it has an idea that they need to disinfect and sterilize
Vladimir,
something.
that sounds to me as a non-scalable business. It's a service company. We'll plug a bunch of lamps whenever you wherever you tell us. So where is the actual technology and or some kind of, I don't know.
Yeah, our innovation technology is in combining different sensors, different disinfection methods. So we don't usually only use UV like all other disinfection companies. We use some different types of filters, different types of UV light as well, different types of air disinfection. So we disinfect everything from air to objects, packagings, and other things. So we have several different unique devices that none other companies have.
Don't get me wrong, just think about how you'll scale this business and not to become, again, the service company, okay?
Thanks for the comments, Alex. Elena, do you have anything to add?
Yeah, just wanted to ask more about your global expansion plans, whether you have any, and are there any barriers to enter other markets? Do you envisage many?
We have tested the theory that our products are needed in United Arab Emirates. We have tested the theory in UK and in India. So we have interest in our products in these countries and in Israel as well. So based on this interest from other companies, from other distributor companies, from clients, we think that for now we haven't got any borders to go global. So that's why we're raising second investment round to scale sales in Russia and CIS and to go global to those markets, as I mentioned, Israel, India, Europe, Asia, to really go global.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, thank you.
And good luck with expansion. And now our next startup is Saga Sleep. Welcome.
My name is Eric Bjorkman. Today we're presenting Saga Sleep. It's a digital sleep app on iOS and Android, currently in Russian language. This app helps people fall asleep in 15 minutes. As we cannot fall asleep tonight, we often pick up our smartphone and it's right by our bed at night times. It's good to have another tool at that time instead of YouTube, social media, LinkedIn, etc. that just keeps us up. We have created content that helps people fall asleep in the evening instead when they pick up their phone. This helps stressed adults who think about the problems when they try to go to sleep. It helps adults who are trying to start to watch Netflix or Instagram or YouTube. It is also helping adults who want to put their kids to sleep so they themselves can fall asleep faster. We launched a year ago. We have plenty of good reviews, clients who find us also through sleep clinics and just use our fairly easy to use commercial app to fall asleep in the evening. We differentiate from the competition, which is in our case Luna, Calm, Headspace, two Russian players called Mo Meditation and Prosta, by having special kits that are special content that is much more localized. We do not believe in global content. We think that race is already gone. So make a very, very specialized content that is relevant in terms of sleep stories mostly for Slavic population or Russians foremost. We have family content. We have lots of sleep stories for kids, which helps kids to fall asleep in 50 minutes. We have Swedish and Russian sleep science into our framework, which we have when we create these stories. We currently have about 40 sleep stories produced exclusively for us. We have laser sharp focus on sleep. We do not believe in meditation, and we use celebrities with 3-year lock-in periods, those who narrate the stories. We're a strong team. The CTO is St. Pete. I'm in Sweden. Svetlana is Chief Product Officer, who is creating the secret sauce and creating very specialized, unique content. We had good traction, about 19,000 users last month. Recurring revenue is about 65% of total revenue. So the subscribers who started paying around October, November last year only, they stick around. Our customer acquisition cost is trending down and is now at the same level as the lifetime value of the customer. But we have much more time to go, and I think the lifetime is going to increase well. We're going for 5,000 paying subscribers by September. We have about 700 paying subscribers right now. We're aiming to launch a sleep coach as our next product, which is more like a fitness plan or a diet plan for people who want to sleep better. We're here to raise $850,000 in Q3 to reach 23,000 paying users, and we will do marketing, content scale up, and IT scale up. We have done 2 rounds, and we have 12 angel investors already on board. Thank you very much, and let's sleep better. And get that promo code on the website. Thanks.
Thanks very much, Eric, for the presentation. I hope we haven't fallen asleep yet. So who would like to go first? Ksenia Sholina?
Yeah. Hello, Eric.
Hello.
Nice to meet you in live version, because I already heard about your product. So a few questions here. What's your IP model? How you buy all your content? Because I already checked. This is a lot of content from the celebrities, and I expect that it's very expensive.
Yeah.
And how? Yeah.
So that it is expensive is one of the barriers Alexander might have a comment on. They are producing in Russia. There are 3 writers who are writing stories for us, like writing books, you could say, according to our framework. These are then narrated by a studio in Moscow. We have contracts securing the rights for these publications. You can imagine it's like books. Our company is Swedish, so it is the Swedish company that owns and controls the rights of the stories. When it comes to these voices, we also have an agreement with the Swedish company owns 3-year lock-in periods for most of these voices, not all of them. The Swedish IP is fairly good. Will it hold in a court in Russia? Well, you tell me. I'm not so sure it will, but it's good enough to start with. We have registered our trademark with Rospatent. That's the best thing we did in Russia.
Super. Okay, I see. Have you heard to implement some voice assistant version of Saga Sleep?
Yeah.
Like Alisa, for instance.
Several of these investors have suggested that, of our current investors. Something we might do, absolutely. It requires a lot more money than we have right now, but there could definitely be something. And something to include in this sleep coach that I talked about, which is going to be like a diet plan, but for sleep.
Super. So, do you think about any licenses contract, like a partnership with some companies?
Sure. We've done a deal with Russian MTS, who wants to develop some kind of anti-stress app themselves, and they bought 6 of our sleep stories on a non-exclusive basis for 1 year to try the content, to see how that works in a bigger picture in their case, not just sleep. It could be a way to go. We could sell to Aeroflot. We could sell to Marriott hotels in Russia or Belarus, where they would offer it to their clients, for example. But it seems like most people want to, we will probably have our own app, but we can give special promo codes or offers to this type of providers as well.
Okay, super. Thank you.
Thanks. We have time for a few more questions.
Eric, hi. Sorry, it's Emerge team. Could you please put your microphone somewhere outside of your jacket because it's really noisy? Thank you.
Michael, you had a question. Would you like to go ahead, please?
Yeah, my question, Eric, thank you for the presentation. It sounds to me like your unique offer here is the actual content. You guys are a really good content provider. Have you looked into what your retention rates are as far as your current use? Because you said you had 18,000 users, but only 700 are paid. Did I understand that correctly from your presentation?
Absolutely. Those 80,000 are using the small part of the free content, which you can reuse many times over, unlike a book, for example.
Okay. What's your retention rate? Like,
so if you only look at the paying users, the 1 month retention is about 75%. The 3 month retention is about 55%. But then I'm only talking about the 700 paying users.
What is the?
Well, we're doing paid marketing. We have about 50% churn every month for those coming in. So it's just current flow of people coming in. The trial rate in terms of how many of those free new users are actually entering a 7 days free trial that will eventually end up in a subscription is about 5%.
I'm just a little confused why you are so adamant to stay as an app as opposed to a content creator.
We are not decided yet.
It sounds that
Right. Well,
I think it's time to decide.
Yeah.
If you're raising money, it's time to decide.
I don't think we can ever earn good money by providing just content. Then you're just like a production house. We're going to try to own a big part of the content, having it on our app and making enough people find that app and start paying subscription for the exclusive access to the content there.
Okay.
Right. Thank you so much, Eric, for your presentation. And we're moving forward with VideoOculograph.
Hey everyone, I'm Lydia, founder of VideoOculograph. VideoOculograph is the first portable intelligent device for eye diagnostics and non-invasive vision correction treatment. There are 7.5 million with nystagmus and strabismus in each average country, but such diseases as nystagmus and strabismus are still performed mostly by the surgery. Nystagmus sometimes can return within a year, even after successful surgery, while lack of treatment leads to loss of vision. So what is it and what serious risks besides of the cosmetic defect doesn't bring to everyday life? It's involuntary eye fluctuations, which in result leads to lack of focus, or person sees objects with blurred boundaries, feels headache, and all this becomes more significant in moment of stress. Just imagine a person with nystagmus crossing the road with an active motion. Our solution allows to solve a contactless way, just simply by programmable periodic light stimulation. One can receive the diagnostical protocol on laptop or smartphone within 5 minutes already, or even test someone from any point of the world just by video tape he provided. Our technology was scientifically validated on base of leading clinics, and we have more than 400 successfully treated patients as a result. In addition to surgical correction, Russian apparatus monobinoscope Forbis is known, but it is intended only for the treatment without any opportunity of control of treatment effectiveness right during the procedure. And diagnostical device Interacoustics from Denmark company doesn't allow to conduct non-invasive correction, but intended only for the treatment, only for the diagnostics. And our value proposal is both of these options in one device with online control of treatment effectiveness right during the procedure. So our mission forever changed the way we used to conduct diagnostics and treatment of nystagmus and strabismus. The revenue of the key competitors Interacoustics for their diagnostical devices exceeds 100 million in 18th year already. And our result for today is 17 clinics using our technology and goal 200 more within the next 2 years. We also received 10 patents and won several international awards and became top 5 European companies founded by the women, by Cartier Women Initiative. Our promotion strategy includes the promotion through distributors of diagnostical devices and direct sales to health facilities. And business model includes the opportunity of selling off license to major international manufacturers such as Johnson & Johnson or Huawei. Our team includes well-known ophthalmologists with more than 30 years of surgical practice and successful inventions in the healthcare industry. We, with my co-founder, also worked together on our first business and sold our first device to our strategic investor. All right, thank you very much. Ready to answer on your question.
Thank you very much. Elena, yes, please.
That was a very fast presentation. Maybe you mentioned that, but I want to go back to again, financial metrics and the traction. So walk me through the revenues and the number of customers and the retention rates, the financial metrics, please.
We started our sales only a year ago. We already shipped our technology to 17 clinics. We have 3 customers that orders at least 10-15 devices at least once a quarter. The revenue is from 25K on monthly basis, and our goal is to ship 200 our solution to 200 clinics within 2 years, and there will be not only 1 device per clinic, but about 8 or 10 devices.
Okay, understood. Thank you.
Thank you. Ksenia Sholina, yes, please.
Yeah, could you please share your ideas why clinics will change their gold standards of diagnostics to your standards or to your new product?
Sure, thank you for the question. Actually, there is only one way to reveal from side diseases nystagmus. Currently, it's only the surgical correction, but it doesn't give the guarantee. For example, within a year, even after successful surgery, nystagmus can return and it becomes untreatable. And all this leads to blindness. And if this pathology is not treated at all, it also leads to the blindness. So our solution already was scientifically validated on base of leading clinics such as MTK in Moscow and Gengol's Institute. These are leading clinics and network medical clinics, and they are some kind of key opinion leaders in our market.
Okay, super. It's a good strategy. Yeah. And by the way, do you already have partners to go to the market? Like, who will help you with registration and all this boring stuff?
Thank you.
Yes.
We have already received all the regulatory documents, RU certificate for our technology, because one of our key developers is also the developer of monoscope Orbis, the first apparatus for non-invasive correction of nystagmus, and it also was certified for her name. And she helped with her expertise in this field. But for CE certification and FDA certification, we need to raise 350K for these processes, and also we will need the expertise from outside company.
Okay, super. Thank you.
Alexander, did you have a question? Or no, Elena? No?
No, I'm fine. Everything's clear. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you very much. I think it was a very clear presentation. And we have 2 more startups for today. And I would like to welcome COVIDray, please.
Okay, hello, I'm Andrew from the COVIDray startup, and we're providing a real-time AI-driven chest X-ray classifier. What's the point? We're providing an AI-driven service identifying lung abnormalities in 1 second via chest X-ray, and our real accuracy in real hospital is more than 91% for now. So what about the market cap? 10 years ago, there was no such a market. Right now, it's quite big, and in 5 years, it will become 10 times bigger. So the ocean is blue. It's time to dive in it. So main problems to solve. The first big problem is the big amount of data and the small amount of radiologists, and that the data is not proper for them. And the second big problem is the radiologist false negative rate. Both of these problems affect insurance companies, hospitals, and what's more important, patients. How are we solving these problems? The first solving is the giving the prediction faster than any radiologist can open the file to help them manage their job. And the second one is our neural network with false negative rate lower than an average radiologist have. So our current classification contains 3 points: pneumonia, including COVID-19 pneumonia, normal chest X-ray, and other pathology like hydrothorax, emphysema, pulmonary edema, and others, which are really common in average hospitals. So about our technology, we've got right now a data set from 250,000 unique chest X-rays, and this year we'll get 2.5 million unique chest X-rays via our pilot with the Ministry of Health of the Republic of Belarus. So what about the money? We're planning to get the integration fee and the subscription in format of tariff or payment for each request from one customer. So our roadmap contains for this year pilot with the Ministry of Health with implementing the B2B2C model when we're selling our predictions to patients and getting first paid customers from Russia, Asia, and other third world countries. And for the next year, we're planning to get some of the certificates to enter the European and American markets. And of course, we're going to make more points for our classification. So what about the team? I'm Andrei Kapitonov, an MD and a CEO. Alex is an ML engineer from Mail.ru and our chief marketing officer, co-owner of the Sales Park. So actually, let's go to the questions. I see that I've got an additional 1 minute for asking them. So let's start.
Good point. So let's start with questions. Elena, I can see your...
Traction, my favorite question with regards to the financial metrics, and walk me through your client.
We have 0 revenue, but we're already deployed in 10 hospitals. But they don't pay for us right now.
Okay, so it's like a pilot project with the hospital.
Yes, it's like a pilot, and we'll get the first money this year, only this year. So we don't have financial traction for now.
And I understand there is no application. No, there is an application.
What do you mean? No, we have an application that is working right now in the hospitals. You can try it yourself via the covidray.online site.
Okay.
It's
Thank
free
you.
for everybody for now, yes.
Yeah, I'll try for sure.
Thanks.
Ksenia, I could see you had a question.
No, it was also linked to financials. It would be interesting to also understand a little bit more. I mean, to get FDA and class 2 medical device and everything else in 2022. That's cool, huh? So how advanced are you? How advanced are you now in your plans? Let's put it this way: conducting clinical studies. I understand you don't really have funds for. I mean, this will be expensive.
But actually,
so
to
please
get
tell
the
me.
FDA 510K certificate, you don't have to conduct the clinical studies. You can get the similar product which already has this certificate and just become an equivalent of it. So you don't have to conduct the clinical study to get the certificate if you have an equivalent, and we have an equivalent which has this certificate.
Have you already filed? When are you planning to file?
We're now in process of getting the FDA pre-submission.
Okay.
Yes.
And for the European regulatory framework?
So we're starting, and we're just searching for the engineer to help us to get our code base like proper for this certification.
And how much will it cost?
Actually, for free. You know, like all this product was created with budget about $5,000, and so everybody here works for free.
That's very noble. And in terms of legal protection, IP protection?
Oh, I mean, in such a product, data is collected via, you know, like regulatory restrictions, which can be passed only by our team. Because
no, I'm talking about your product. How is it easy to copy you?
It is unable to copy.
Okay.
If you want to copy it, you should get our data, and you couldn't get our data legally.
Okay. If you say so. Thank you.
Sure.
Yes, please.
Andre, but what's the difference between any other product in the world? I mean,
yeah, sure, of course.
The data is valuable, but like there is data in the world, right?
Yeah, there are competitors in the world, and at first we're working with pediatrics data also. That's a unique point for us. And the second point is that we're not focusing on the oncology and tuberculosis, which are always in focus for our competitors, but that's not what real doctors want to see in the product. Actually, nobody cares about oncology and tuberculosis in an average hospital, because they see them once a year or twice a year. So there is no sense to focus on them. We are focusing on such common things like pulmonary edema, emphysema, cardiomegaly, and other stuff.
Okay. Thanks so much for clarification and for your presentation, Andre.
Sure.
And we have the final startup of today is MySafeTrade. Please welcome.
Okay, hi, my name is Stanislav. I'd like to present my company. It's MySafeTrade, it's a consumer protection platform for internet transactions. So essentially, this is a digital escrow platform. Okay, so what's the problem? Being a lawyer by background, you know, I have done a lot of M&A deals using escrow mechanism. And there's always a problem when buyer and seller are trying to make a transaction that they face a counterparty risk. Is where If you're a purchaser, you paid for a product and you have not received the product. If you're a seller, you sent a product, but you have not received payment. So this kind of problem, which you encounter like in any transaction, we solve. We target, as a digital escrow platform, we target actual gamers because this is a growing market. And just to give you an example, in 2019, approximately 60 the in-game items gamers bought for about 60 billion US dollars. And according to an estimate, by 2025, this figure would be over 100 billion US dollars. So, I mean, new market circulation of in-game items. And you can think of these markets as a primary market and as a secondary market. So in the secondary market, gamers buy and sell such types of things, and they are not protected. You can talk to gamers, usually the counterparty is not performing its obligations, like on delivering the item, or just is not returning the payment. So how escrow works is pretty simple. The buyer pays to the platform. We keep the funds in our secure PayPal account, and we then monitor the seller transfers the item to the buyer. Once the transaction is completed, we make sure that everyone is happy, so they're kind of pressing the buttons on the platform. So we mark the deal as completed, and we release the funds to the seller. What are the key characteristics of the platform is that beside the escrow itself, we provide the area to negotiate a deal. They have a personal messenger on the platform. We will add video conferencing so that they would be able to communicate in real time, and we will add buying out items and auction model to allow the seller to increase the price. Where we are now, we are partnering with the PayPal. We're a UK company. We have a corporate account at PayPal. Our liabilities insured up to 1 million by Generali Group. We were selected to Amazon Accelerator, AWS Activate, and in the US, we are approved as a small and medium business partner by Apple. We have a US company as well in Delaware. How we are different from competitors, we charge less fees. We have online messenger, buying out feature, and auction model. How we market ourselves is basically, usual channels: Facebook, Instagram, Discord, Twitch, YouTube, and others. And also we work with the opinion leaders in gaming community. The MVP is already live. We are online. You can do the transaction yourself. You can actually, buy and sell any item, not only in-game item. But this is how the platform looks right now. The team is me. I'm a background as a lawyer. I have a partner. He's an investment banker. We have a pretty strong technical team based in St. Pete. They're sophisticated in blockchain technologies as well. This project is not on blockchain, it's a regular project. And we have a team in UK, in London. That's about it. Thank you very much.
And we're ready for some questions. Okay, who would like to go first? Yelena?
Stanislav, very good to see you here. We've been knowing each other with Stanislav for many, many years. So it's amazing to see you here. So congratulations.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Very nice.
Yelena, it's a pleasure to see you here as well.
Okay, amazing. But I do have a couple of questions. So walk me through the origination of your idea, what's behind, and how do you see your product progressing? What are your goals for the following 3-5 years, and what's the ambition?
Well, it's true to say that, of course, we have not invented escrow. And as a matter of fact, there is a competitor in the US. It's escrow.com. So they're a pretty big company, and they already, have plans to go for IPO. We in our, startup, we're focusing on in-game items. However, I have to say we're looking at other markets as well. And here I would like to say we're looking at letter of credit market. And of course, we're aiming basically to make a pilot program with some bank, preferably in the US or in Europe, and basically digitize their letter of credit business process, which obviously, help them to make letter of credit deals faster. And for us, it will be new line of business. Also, I would like to say that that the e-commerce is now growing in Instagram. There are a lot of owners of Instagram shops, and they face the same problem. So far, you can talk to your owners, friends of Instagram shops. They basically say, okay, pay me 100% advance payment for some products, I don't know, bags or clothes, what they sell. And again, they have this counterparty risk. Either bag is broken or, not in the proper quality product is delivered. So, no refunds, obviously, yeah. So we see, area of development here. Talking about other markets, you name it. It could be auto market, secondary market, of course. And don't forget about cryptocurrency as well. All you know about the OTC market, all those, deals, people meet in the rooms. And again, they face counterparty risk. Someone is paid or, you paid and have not received your Bitcoin, Ethereum, and so on. So we, kind of multi-strategy company.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks very much, Stan, for your presentation. We can leave the rest of the questions to direct messages. Now I would like to thank you all for participation. And this has been the end of our semifinals. So stay tuned for the finals tomorrow. Bye-bye.